Hi,
Good evening.
everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Danielle. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome
first thing,
to. Yeah,
welcome
sorry.
to our call. And I'm sorry, Karen, I walked all over you. We
No,
want to
that's
thank
okay.
you. We want to thank you for the overwhelming response to the 4th of July special that Karen put
Yes.
out. And because we were so successful at that, we've made the decision that we really probably need to have a little techie call to see if we can help those that made purchases over the 4th of July, or those that have got a couple of the free panels that we've recently given out. We want to teach you on this call how to import them.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
Excellent.
Yes.
And what we can do is we can start from the very first screen. So it's going to be from your client records or user information. And that's where you put your personal information. But when you are going to import a panel, this is where you're going to name the panel.
Right.
So Karen, so like Karen just did on her screen, and she's working off an iPad. So your tablet looks just a little bit different if it's an Android, because it says user information up on top. But the first thing you want to do is provide a first name for that panel. So in this case, Karen's got AAA, July 4th, 2021. The AAA, some people like to use that when they are creating or importing panels, because that way all of your panels are in one location instead of split up alphabetically. You will always find your panels under the AAA. You don't have to do it that way. That's just a very easy way to keep track of all your panels.
Okay.
And then after you give it a first name, you're going to want to give it a last name. Most people just choose to put panel as a last name. You will see up on Karen's website that there's some creative names. So you don't have to use panel as the last name, but most of the panels are written with that as a last name. The next thing we're doing, we're create a panel or import a panel, is we got to give it a birth date. So your birth date is always going to be the day that you are importing or creating the panel. So like on Karen's, it shows July 8th, 2021. One of the things, there's a couple cues on the birthday, and I'll just give them real quick. On if you're on an Apple device, if you were to go about a quarter of an inch over from where it says birth date, you will open up that wheel almost every time. It's kind of like a sweet spot within the app. If you are on an Android or a tablet, Android tablet, when your birth date information comes up, it comes up at some wacky year like 1964 or something. It can be very frustrating. But if you would simply just hold your finger down on the year, then you also will get a wheel, and you can then change the birth date much simpler. The next thing we're going to do when we're creating or importing a panel is we have to give it identifying characteristics. What you're going to want to put in this box is something that will resonate with you regarding the panel that you're either importing or creating. So if it is an adrenal panel, you might very well in that identifying characteristics box put adrenal support.
Okay.
Your next opportunity when you're importing or creating a panel is the analyze client image. Just know that if you go onto that client, analyze client image like Karen just did, you get a window that opens up. if you're importing or creating a panel, you can go out to the web and you can look at free photos. So again, if you're looking at something for like brain health, you can go to Google or Safari or whatever browser you're using, and you can type in free photos of brain, and you'll get all these photos that'll come up, and you can simply touch on that photo that is on the web browser and hold your finger on it or your stylus, and excuse me, you will get a window that opens up that says save or copy. And you'll also get a little done button. And if you were to touch the done button when you're grabbing that image from the internet, it will save it to your photos. You do not have to put an image into the analyze client image when you are importing or creating a panel. That's a personal choice. Karen, go back to that client image for a minute. If you do grab a picture from the internet, well, all you would do is if you're on an Apple and the Android tablet is very similar, you have an option to go to your photo library. If you were to go to your photo library, you would see the photo that you just picked. And if you hold your stylus or your finger down on that picture, it'll pick that picture for you. And then from your Analyze Client Image screen, you can scan that photo. And then it'll say scan complete. You say, okay. And then up in your top right corner is the done button. Then the next step is the voice spectral analysis. When you are importing or creating a panel, this is not a necessary step. So that we would then go to start. And I believe on the tablet users, you're going to hit start, and then you're going to go back in and highlight the panel that you just named and then hit start again. The first screen you're going to come to is, would you like to add an energetic signature text? When you are creating or importing a panel, it's not a necessary step. There are people, and Karen will speak up on this, that will put a positive affirmation or a positive mantra and include it with the panel that they're either creating or importing. So that would be a personal choice there. The next step you're going to do, you're looking at your DaVinci screen, you're going to go to that that fan that's like 3/4 of the way down on the left-hand side, and you're going to touch that. And the first box that's going to come up is, do you want to add new items? That answer will always be okay. Now you open up to your new screen, and because we are importing a panel, I want you to go down your list and find the panel that you just named, whether you're importing it or creating it. And you want to make sure it is highlighted, and then go over to the eye and touch the eye. And then you would be looking at what, back up 1 second, Karen. You would be looking at what Karen was looking at, where it says adrenal support. Then if that is highlighted, then you go over to the eye again, and you will see all the ingredients that are held within that panel that you just created or imported. Okay, so we've gotten that far, but what I want to do now, Karen, go back for me, and you've already imported this panel, but I want you to show them from your adrenal support the import button so they see what the box looks like. So I'm going to highlight the panel that I just created because I want to import it. And I am going to go over to the eye of the panel that I just named.
Oh,
And
so
I'm-
I Danielle, I
That's all right.
misunderstood.
That's right. And what you would be looking at after you highlight your panel that you just named, what you would be looking at is a blank white screen. Now, Karen's already imported this panel, so this isn't a true picture. You would be looking at a blank white screen. What you need to do if you're going to import the panel, do you see your import button up on the top right? You would want to touch that import button and you get a new box that opens up. If you've ever gotten the question, where is my serial number? What is my serial number? Your serial number is always going to be found in this import box. In order to get a panel imported to you, the person that is importing the panel to you has to have this serial number. You don't have to use any dashes, and there's a couple letters and digits that you need to be aware of. And this goes the same with codes when you are importing a code. Your O's are round. Your zeros look like an egg. And that's probably one of the biggest errors we get is the difference between the O that looks like an onion and the zero that looks like an egg. Another
So
one of
these
your
are all
digits,
zeros. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
another one of your digits that you want to be careful of or watch for is your lowercase l and your capital I. So if you have them, just know that if you try it with a capital I and it tells you no data found, then input that code again with a lowercase l. Anybody got any questions from this point?
And I just want to mention that if you're sending your serial number to us, to just click copy and then go to your messages. Oh, I can't do it because I haven't signed in yet. But you go to your text messages and you would just paste that. You just click paste and it will remove the dashes and it'll just put the 16-digit serial number, and then you can send that to us by text or email. Oh no, now I need to get out of here. All
Does
right,
anybody have any questions so far?
I'm going to have to put in my password. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to bring up custom panel screen. Maybe we can, Danielle, would you mind just talking about the custom panels quick while I do that? Because it's not letting me get out of the screen.
Well, you're locked.
Yeah.
So the new custom panels we have out, or the custom panels that are currently on the website?
Yeah, we have about, what, 20 more to add?
Yeah, we have,
today?
right, from Serena and Dr. Lou. Serena has been very busy wearing her brain and her fingers to the bone, creating panels from suggestions that we've received from all of you and from other areas that she felt that there was a need for the quantum field to have this help, to help us balance our bodies. So now that we're back where we are, if everybody's with me to this point, when you purchase a panel or when someone gifts you a panel and you have a code, you will be given an import code, and it's going to be 6 digits. And where you're going to put that code is in that box where it says, please enter new category or file name. I know that's confusing. Just know that if you're importing a panel, you're going to take the steps we have. You're going to be looking at a blank white screen. You're going to touch your import button up on the top right. You're going to get this gray box, and that white box right up on top is where you want to put that code. Karen mentioned you can copy and paste the code also. You can do that on Apple devices. You can do it on Android devices, where if you hold down on the code, you can copy it and then paste it right into this box. That's probably the recommended way if you're comfortable doing it that way. The only reason is then you don't have to worry about the zeros versus the O's and the lowercase l's versus a capital I. But if you can't do that comfortably, feel free to just type in your code, and then you're going to hit that blue OK on the left-hand side of that box. And once you do that, that box will close and you'll see what Karen has on her screen, where she already imported this Arduino support panel.
And
Anybody have any?
Sorry, Danielle, I'll go through the process right now of I'll import Wendy and Serena's brain health panel just to demonstrate how to do that.
Okay, and while you're doing it, I'll go through quickly with you. And if we have any questions, feel free to ask questions. I don't talk very often on the calls, so if you have a question, feel free to ask it. What I can do, since we're not getting any questions, when you create a panel, there's several of you on the call that are already creating panels. There's some of you on the call that we still need to teach how to create panels. You are going to start that process the same way. You're going to start it from your user information or client record screen. What you want to make sure you do whenever you're starting a session or creating a panel or importing a panel, you always want to clear the energetic signature. So on an iPad, it's always going to be client records new. And on an Android device, it's user information, add new record. Please, please, please do not on an Android or a tablet device push clear all records, because you will lose everything that you have on your tablet. And there is a backup and restore for that purpose. If you're ever looking at your client records or your user information and you're in that window, you will see on the bottom right, I believe it says backup, and on the bottom left, it says restore. And you want to back up your device, you will receive a code. You want to write that code or keep that code, because that code stays with you along with the app. And then you could simply, if you happen to hit clear all records on your tablet or Android, you could restore your information by pushing the restore and entering that key.
I have a question.
That way, yes, go ahead.
If you do a backup and you get the code, and then you go ahead and put in several more protocols, libraries, does it automatically include those the next
No,
time you
ma'am.
restore? So you
No,
have to
ma'am.
back up and restore every time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I have a question also. How do you get this empty page from?
Okay, so Sophia, if you are looking at your white page that has your name and your panels that you already have,
Yes.
okay, and you highlight the new panel, so just
Mhm.
like you highlight your brand new panel name that you just named, and
Mhm.
you go over to the I,
Mhm,
And if you touch that eye, you will be looking at a blank white screen.
mhm. Okay.
And then you would go up to the upper right and push import.
Mhm,
And that's when you get that gray box where you input your import code.
mhm. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
This is Carolyn, and why does when she put in that code, why didn't it say brain health or brain something? She said she was going to do a code for brain. All it says is
Right.
ingredients.
Well, right. I'm gonna show you what Karen's doing right now.
Okay,
In your upper right corner of your device, there is an edit button.
yes.
Okay. If
Mhm.
you bring if you import a panel over, a lot of panels come over as just ingredients, and everything is behind the ingredients. Okay.
Oh.
So what Karen is doing right now is if you were to touch the edit button on the top right, it gives
she
you the
changed it.
opportunity. Yes, ma'am. It gives you the
Mhm.
opportunity to change it so it reflects what you're looking at. So now she changed it to Wendy and Serena Brain Health. So it came into you as ingredients,
Mhm.
or if you have panels already that have ingredients only showing, if you highlight that ingredient word and you go up to your top right and touch edit, you can change the name of the ingredients.
But for me to now, so I'm creating, there were a lot of people that purchased custom panels over July 4th weekend. So I'm creating a folder of all of those custom panels so I can choose from them which to send. I mean, most people I've already sent to. There's a couple of people who are still waiting for their serial numbers. But now I have to move the panel. And I don't know whether you've been shown this before. I don't know whether Tanya's shown, but I cannot send these panels until I've moved them. So do you want to go through that process, Danielle, and I'll show it how to do that?
What are you
Danielle?
doing?
Well, I import them from Dr. Lou and Wendy and Danielle and Serena. I import them into my device, but then for me to be able to send them when people purchase them, I have to move them.
Oh,
Yeah.
How did you get add new category?
yeah. How did you do it?
Oh yeah. Let me cancel this and start it again. Danielle, do you want to walk through that step, or you want? Shall I just go through that quick? Okay. So I've imported it, and now I have to press the plus at the very top right
Mhm.
and create the same name, but you have to change it slightly. So I'm putting capitals,
Right.
and I knew that I'd have to do that. That's why I imported it and edited it without capitals. So now so I would click on this. I would click move, press on move, and then highlight all
Where
of
did
these.
Where did you see? Oh, I see move. Okay.
Highlight all of these items.
Move and highlight everything. Okay. Aha.
And this is how you can move everything into. This is how you can move items into folders. If you want to take your custom panels and create folders like Tanya has, this is how you do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Will this also, can it be used to allow you to add new things into this panel?
Yes. Yeah, you can do that too. So then you go back, unhighlight that, highlight that one, press on the blue circle with the eye and paste, and there they are. And then you have to delete this one. So now I can send that. Now I can send that to all of the people that purchased it. But I first had to move it because I imported it from whoever made it. And then I have to move it before I can send it, export it to whoever purchases it. I know we haven't covered this before, so it's a lot. So we might want to keep it simple. And Danielle, back to you, because it's getting a little complicated. But I just wanted to show you that process because it's very useful for creating folders.
Will you be posting this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please let us know where.
Yeah, it'll be on the Quantum Life YouTube channel, and I'll put that in the chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Danielle, you there?
I am.
Okay.
Okay, I believe one of the questions I caught at the end there, it might have been PT, about creating or adding new ingredients to current panels that you have. Okay, how you would do that is you would go into your panel.
Danielle, you there? Danielle?
No, we lost her.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. All right. You want to add an ingredient to a panel that you already have. You would go up to the top right and hit the plus sign. And
Just
you're
go
going to
back
get,
and do that again. There
Okay.
you go.
and then you're going to get this box. And let's say the ingredient we want to add is harmonized water. Just know that when you're adding ingredients or creating panels and adding ingredients, this program does not recognize hyphens. So if there's a hyphen or an apostrophe, just use it as a space. And then once you type in the ingredient you want to add, within that box, do you see the blue import? You want to hit the blue import button. What's happening now is this wonderful app is creating the code for harmonized water. Now you have a code. What you do now is you hit the blue OK that's in that box.
And
then
somebody
what's
asked,
gonna
sorry,
what's gonna
Danielle.
happen, that's right, what's gonna happen is you'll now see harmonized water within your list of ingredients. It was up, Karen.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you add any word at all and it'll find a code for it and be accurate?
Karen?
Yeah, it uses hololinguistics. So it the app creates an algorithm, and using hololinguistics, it uses the algorithm calculates the code from the letters in the word. And so it's very important to have the words spelled correctly.
Okay.
And then it will, you'll end up, so if we click here, that's the algorithm for harmonized water.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
And you go through that same process if you're creating a panel?
Yes, ma'am. What you're gonna do is start from the beginning, name the panel that you want to create, go through all those steps, hit your fan 3/4 of the way down the left side, highlight your new panel that you're gonna create, go over to the eye. Now you have a blank white screen and you are free to add all your ingredients. But the first thing is I highly recommend that before you just start adding ingredients, you create what I call a filing cabinet drawer. Each of my panels are a filing cabinet. Some of my panels only have one drawer called ingredients. Some of my panels have 5 or 6 drawers that behind each of those drawers are more ingredients. So if I'm going to create a panel today, I'm going to have topics like you can have any number of things. I just lost
Would you
my
do
train of thought.
would you do
Yes,
homeopathic, herbs,
homeopathic. Yes, homeopathic,
physical
herbs,
medicine?
Ayurvedic.
Okay.
Yes, Asian medicine. You can put in modalities, different therapies. I mean, this is information, so it is endless as to what you can put in as ingredients or categories, within the filing cabinets. If you just go in and start adding ingredients by hitting that plus and then hitting import and then hitting OK after the code comes up, you're going to have a list of ingredients and you're not going to have any drawers to put them in. So I highly recommend you start from your name of your panel. You highlight it, you go to the I, you go up to the top right and you hit the plus. You make your first filing cabinet drawer, perhaps herbs. And then you type in herbs, you hit import. No, you hit OK, import. The herbs goes in there and then you're going to highlight your herbs, go over to the I. Now you're looking at another blank white screen. What you've done is you've opened up the filing cabinet drawer named herbs. And all you need to do is go up to that plus sign on the top right and start putting in your ingredients. One at a time. You
Danielle,
yep.
sorry, would you like to demonstrate that? Because you have those created on your iPad and I don't. I'm actually just creating the July 4th one right now, but
You're talking about the different drawers, Karen?
Yeah.
Do you have my thyroid panel? Butterfly reboot. If you pull that up real quick, that'll show the drawers.
Yeah, I think I have that on here. Let me take a look.
Hey, this is Nathan real quick. The
Hi,
nice thing
Nathan.
about the drawers for everybody that Danielle's talking about is you don't have to copy or type the ingredients twice.
Correct.
Otherwise, if you don't create a drawer, you have to type all those ingredients once, and then when you hit the plus mark up there, you have to go back and type them again to get the frequency for the hertz.
Right.
Correct. And that's the purpose for having. That's why when you see panels, like most of the panels will come across with ingredients, and then you have to go over to the I under ingredients to see all of its individual ingredients. Some of the newer panels, or any of you that have, like my butterfly reboot panel has an Ayurvedic drawer. It has a supplement drawer. You can do things like possible or problem foods, possible causes. I have in my butterfly reboot, I have labs. So there's no limit as to the information that you can plug in and ask the quantum field to balance with your body.
I don't have that, but I'm going to import it from my phone. So so everyone can watch that process as I do that. I don't see it on my phone. Do you want to send it to me, Danielle?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, should we just demonstrate
Well, I mean,
that process
I'm trying to think of another. Do Do you have Deb's Dem Bones?
Oh,
She has filing cabinet drawers.
I think I have that on here. Oh, and I just wanted to show that too. If you need to get back to your custom libraries, the back end of your custom libraries, let me just show that again. You just click the back arrow at the bottom right, and then you're back on your DaVinci screen, and then just click on that pinwheel again. Click OK, and that will take you right back in there.
I saw a question about how do you delete when Karen moved that panel, the brain health panel, from one to the other file. The one that she moved it from is empty. If you want to just delete that file altogether, you simply put your finger or your stylus on that line and swipe to the left, and you will get a red delete button, and you touch that and it's gone.
Okay, can we use this one, Daniel? I don't have Deb's Dem Bones, but I have your pain panel.
My pain panel isn't broke into categories.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
No. Does everybody understand what I mean by the different categories, or the different, I like to call them filing cabinet drawers? And like Nathan said, if you create a category like ingredients and you go over to the I and you touch it, then all the items that you want to put into your panel only have to be entered and coded one time.
Do you want to send it to
twice.
me? Honey, do you want to send me the butterfly reboot?
Yeah,
Let me text you this.
I got your numbers.
You do for the big
Yeah.
iPad or just the small iPad?
Oh, give me the, or just
Yeah,
text me the
let's
serial
check
number.
it. It's the one ending in 440F.
Okay.
If
The
you
other
don't-
thing,
If you
sorry.
don't have it, I'll send it to you. I'll text it to you.
The other thing
Go
too
ahead, Nate.
about creating the panels like Danielle's trying to teach you about is when you go and load your panel in the Nagier screen, it puts it into nice categories. If you load everything as ingredients, the Quantum searches everything alphabetically. So you might have aptogenic mushrooms, you might have herbs, and then this just allows you to go through the filing cabinet and look at the folder, and it allows more easy access of maybe the ingredients that you might want to run in the session that you're trying to do.
Thank you, Nathan.
Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I just imported a panel to Karen.
Exported, right?
I mean, I exported a panel and Karen needs to import it.
Oh,
So she's gonna start with the name of the panel. In this case, it is Butterfly Reboot.
I just want to see what it comes in as.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll edit and move it. Did you send it already?
I'm sending it right now.
Oh, okay.
I had to figure out what device I had my panel on.
All right.
That's another problem for those of you that have more than one device. You want to be cautious on which device that you create panels on, or you want to try to keep them as close together as as they can be, like mirror each other. But as you create new panels, it can, I mean, I've created panels on my phone and I've created panels on my iPad and I've created panels on my tablet. And as Karen said earlier, I have to have your serial number to be able to export it to you. And that's how the whole cycle works. And I just sent you the code, Karen.
Yeah, I got it. I just imported. Thank you. So now,
So what you're looking at
so now I would,
are filing cabinet drawers or categories.
Okay.
And then
so I would have to
behind,
create
go ahead.
Butterfly Reboot, Danielle Butterfly Reboot. And then I'll have to take all of the, do you want to go through the drawers first before I do that, Danielle?
Yeah, I mean, just to give you an idea, the drawers or the categories are endless. You can see all the different possibilities, and this is just one panel. And if you simply just go like behind the Young Living essential oil blends, if you touch the eye, you will see everything that's behind each of these categories or filing cabinet drawers. So is everybody with me on that?
This is an amazing panel.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you. You thought of everything.
I purchased it, but can't.
No, go ahead. You purchased it, but what,
Is that Bernie?
No, it's
No.
Carolyn. I purchased it, but never have been able to import it or whatever it is, or to
Okay,
add
do me,
it.
okay, do me a favor.
Mhm.
And I think I may even have your serial number already.
Here, I'll
Let
text
me
it to
look.
you. I'll text it to you right now. So you probably need if you haven't imported it, Carolyn, you'd need a new code by now.
I
I
probably
think I
do.
think,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Because
one
I
thing,
did purchase it and I
yeah,
never
when you-
could figure out what to do.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
when you do make a purchase or you get an import code, know that
Mhm.
it's only good for 3 days.
Oh, okay.
So you can't ignore the email because there is a time constraint on how long that code will last.
Okay.
So you want to make sure you try to import it within that 3 days.
And I
And
have
if-
to import it with the AAA thing?
Well, okay, you can. A lot of people import with AAA and then the name of the panel. And the reason they do that is they want to see all their panels together.
Okay.
So everything will come up as
I don't have-
AAA.
Okay.
But there are people that don't do that. I mean, I like quirky names for my panels. Deb likes funny names.
Mhm.
So does Dr. Lou.
I have
Yeah,
dim
Dr.
bones
Lulu,
also,
yep,
yes.
yep. So you don't have to use AAA. People like it because they're looking one place and looking at just their panels versus all your panels coming up alphabetically along with any individual that you've ever put in there, any pet
Okay.
you've ever put in there. Does that make sense?
Yes, and if you can resend that to me, that would be wonderful.
I
And then
have
I
I
will-
have your serial number and I will do that.
Okay, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Can I ask a question about this page?
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead. Paula.
Okay, so I see adaptogenic herbs, affirmations, Danielle Butterfly Reboot, Dr. Lou Adrenal Support, essential oils.
Well, that's
It's all mixed up.
I know.
that is correct because Karen did it wrong.
Well, you know what I'm thinking? I should have been.
Can I tell you what you did, Miss Karen?
I know what I did. Yeah.
You did not clear your energetic signature before you went into import. So that's why you're linked together still.
Well, I would have had to go in and I can't put this directly into July 4th panels until I've imported it as its own panel, which I'm gonna do now.
Right, and that's why that's why it joined, because she was within her July 4th panels.
Oh,
Had she gone out and started from the very beginning like
Right.
she just did and cleared the energetic signature, then named the panel, then it would not have been married like that.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's
just
what
gonna
I need to do. Okay.
I'm just gonna delete everything from the July 4th, from the butterfly reboot. And so I'm just gonna import this quick now. Here. And I'll probably need to do this with all of your panels because of the way you created them.
Well, some of mine just have just the ingredients, not
they
even in
do?
a
Okay.
not even in a filing cabinet drawer.
Okay.
So that was when I was actually doing double work, like
Right.
Nate said, and having to code it actually twice.
Yeah.
Define.
CJ, I'm sending you an email right now with your code.
All right. Let me see if I get it.
I might have butterfly reboot. Yeah, let's see if I do.
Let's
No, I don't.
Email.
Yeah.
Okay, I just sent it, so we'll see how long it gets stuck in space.
Okay. I'm on my inbox.
Any other questions about what we've been talking about this evening?
I have a
You want to
question,
make,
please.
yes, ma'am, go ahead.
I'd like to be really clear on whatever that is, reboot thing. Because I've never actually used it because I didn't know what it meant. I was afraid I'd lose everything if I hit that. How far back does reboot remember things? Did you tell us already that it only remembers from the last time that I backed it up, or does it remember from the beginning of time when I first bought this years ago?
Okay, no. Here's what it'll do, Susan. If you have two devices, like I have a phone and an iPad.
Right.
If I want to, I've been creating panels or adding clients on my iPad, but I
Right.
really need to have those panels on my iPhone.
Okay.
What's going to happen if I do a backup from my iPad and I do a restore to my iPhone, whatever is on my iPhone within the app is going to be gone and replaced by everything that is currently at that moment on your iPad.
Okay. So if I only have one device and
Okay.
right now,
Okay,
if I go,
here's your benefit. You still want to do a backup, Susan,
I certainly
because it
do all
gets,
the time. I lost way
yeah.
too much. Yeah, too many
Okay, yeah,
times.
so it backs up to Karen's server. And
Right.
then if you do make an error or lose, then you can, that's what that code is for. So you can then do a restore. That's why it's very important to keep that code, because that code is linked to your actual app.
Right. I got all that clear. The part that I'm missing, maybe I obviously didn't explain very well, is how far back does Karen's server remember what I have put
It
in my iPad, in my QI on that only one device? Does it remember from the beginning of time or only since my last backup?
When was your last backup? That's the answer. So it goes to
The
your
other
last.
day.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it remembers
Yeah.
everything that was on your device the last time you backed it up. So
Okay.
in that event, you would only lose, you backed it up 2 weeks ago, you're going to lose 2 weeks of data that you've inputted.
Right. But way back when I lost stuff and I never got, I just, no one, I didn't have a bit of information that all I had to do was reboot or I'm sorry, what's that called?
Restore.
Right, on the right,
Restore the
I could have
butterfly
just hit that
reboot is the
and it would
thyroid
have,
panel.
it could have brought up everything I had put in up to the time I had last restored it.
Yes, ma'am, it would have.
Well, it went into cyberspace. Okay. So I think I get it now. Yeah.
All right,
Thank you.
great. Any other
Yes.
questions?
Okay,
Yes,
so
I have a
what-
question. Go ahead.
I have
Go
not
ahead.
received it yet. This is CJ. I have not received an email yet from you. Is it possible that you have Gmail?
No, I don't have Gmail. Let me look real
Okay.
quick for you. And then somebody else, well, I checked that, CJ. Somebody else had a question?
Yes, if you have the app on 3 different iPads
Yes.
and you back up on, like, I have a main iPad, that's where I do all my work.
Right.
So how do I get it into the other 2?
You would do a backup from your main device.
Uh-huh.
And then on device number 2, you would do a restore,
Okay.
but just know, and device number 3, you would do a restore as well and use the same code. Just know that whatever is on within the app on device number 2 and number 3 will no longer be there, and that will be identical or mirror what your main device is.
Okay, so I would need to send myself screenshots and re-enter them if there was anything different.
Yes, ma'am. If
Okay,
you wanted to keep them, yes, ma'am.
thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, I have, anyway, it's not here.
Go ahead, Carol.
This is CJ and it's not here, so I don't know for sure that, do you have CJT?
Smiles.
Smile
Yes,
at
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
tfl.rr.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
We're I show sent, so we're just waiting on the cyberspace community. They're
Okay.
probably looking it over to make sure that we're not talking or doing anything that we're not supposed to be doing.
okie dokie.
Big
But
brother budget.
I will put my phone in the chat box, CJ, if you don't get it.
Okay,
I'm Eastern time and I am getting ready to go to bed, but I will
Okay.
definitely get you the code if you don't receive
Okay.
it in the matter of fact, I'll just send, I think I still have the code, so I can just
No, I-
send it to you.
Oh, do you want to try texting it? If I
Now,
send it
do
to
you-
today's
do-
phone number?
Karen, do you remember that I have 2 different codes? Do you remember that?
I
For
only have
some
one.
reason?
Yeah, I only have one for you, CJ. So
Oh, boy, I know, it always is confusing.
I have 2 phone numbers for you too. One ending in 5383 and one
Mhm.
ending in 6572.
Oh, 6572 is not right.
Okay.
The 5383 is my cell.
Okay, so I'm going to send that, if that's okay with you, I'm going to send that to Danielle. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
And CJ, I just put my phone number in the chat box for you.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna look.
So it might
So-
be quicker to text you the code.
And
too.
what I'll
Okay,
do
very-
is,
I'm copying it. Okay,
okay, and CJ, I'm gonna send you the code to the phone number right now.
okay.
So once you import and you have this panel, the custom panel, then you do a test. How do you, and you want to use it, how do you get access to it? Or does it
Okay.
automatically comes up that,
No, okay, let me walk you through that real quick.
okay,
Okay, I'm gonna start from client records, the first, or user information, and I am going to hit new, and I'm going to clear the energetic signature. Then
Okay.
I'm going to hit client records or user information, and I am going to highlight my name,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to update my analyze client image.
Do you want to
I'm
show
gonna,
it?
I'm
Daniel,
gonna,
do you want to show that? If you want to share the screen?
we can, well, yeah, you
Yeah.
can share your screen, yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry, I was multitasking.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm gonna make you host.
No, I don't want to host. You do it.
Well, Oh, so that you can share your screen, or maybe I didn't need to make.
No,
you
you just walk through it. So
Oh, okay.
everybody's with me. You're gonna put your name in from client records or user information. You will update your analyzed client image. You'll update your voice analysis, and you'll hit start. Then you're gonna add an energetic signature, a positive mantra, a positive affirmation, something you say that you live by. Then I'm going to go 3/4 of the way down on the left-hand side of my screen, and I'm going to hit the fan, or people call it by different names. It reminds me of the little plastic thing that we used to have to put on the record player to play our 38s.
Right.
So
Hey,
you're
Danielle,
gonna.
would you please make me host?
Did you make me host?
I did, and I'm looking for reclaim host in participants, but it's not. Oh, there we are. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so then you hit that fan and you say, okay, to add new items. That answer will always be okay. Then you highlight the panels that you want to run on yourself. So let's say you want to run the brain health that you just imported. You want to run the neurotransmitter panel of Dr. Lou's. You're going to highlight her or make them gray. I always go over and touch my eye to make sure that my categories or my ingredients or my filing cabinet drawers are all highlighted. Because when they're highlighted, that's what activates the app to grab them and go out and calculate the energetic signature in relationship to you, who you started on the front screen with. Did I answer your question?
Well, not quite. Like, for example, if I do a scan on myself, and then it comes up that, a high number, my meridians, and then I go into the meridians, and then I figure out, well, I would like to do one of the custom panels. Do I have to go out and then just start to try to use the custom panels, or does the custom panels will come up also, or on nutrition, for example, it comes up that my nutrition is high, so I click on it, and then would that access the custom panel information also, or how do I get that?
Okay, I think what you're asking is, can you do a Da Vinci screen scan and look at your little items on your Da Vinci screen and still go grab custom panels?
Yes, that's
okay?
yeah.
Yes, you can. So, Sophia, you start with your name at client records, update your image, update your voice analysis, hit start. Hit
Yes.
scan on the Da Vinci screen.
Yes.
Hit scan, and then now you have your numbers from the Da Vinci screen. I want you to then hit that fan, and I want you to go highlight your panels that you want to run. And then I want you to put your lows in your lows and your highs in your highs. And you balance them, and then you can hit your back arrow button on the bottom right, and you will be looking at your Da Vinci screen, and now you can balance yourself on the Da Vinci screen. Does that make sense?
Well, kind of, but I just wondering, for example, if it's a nutrition comes up, would this program automatically also add the custom panels, or it would just go through?
No,
Okay.
ma'am. It won't automatically add them.
Okay.
You're going to need to personally go and pull them
Okay.
in order for them to be included in your balancing session.
So basically, it's then two separate things. What you have to do first.
Yes.
find out on the Da Vinci what's wrong, and then you decide if you just want to do that or you want to do the custom panel.
Yes, ma'am, you are amazing because that is exactly correct.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, can I ask?
Any other? Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Sorry, this is Joyce.
Yes, ma'am.
If I import a panel, like from one of your panels, will it automatically put the filing cabinet drawer information in?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't have to do that
When-
twice.
No, you do if you want to, remove it again, but I think we can do that on another call better. Karen did go through it briefly. But no, ma'am, when you import the panel, you're importing the whole thing. So either it will come over with just individual ingredients running down the side of it, or it'll come over with one filing cabinet drawer called ingredients, and then everything's behind that ingredients, or it will come across like mine did with the butterfly reboot, where there are several categories or drawers, and behind each of those categories or drawers are the individual ingredients.
Okay, so the way you put it into your machine is what will come across.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just so it takes a lot more time to move the panel.
Yeah.
If you have all the different filing cabinets, but you probably won't need to. I need to because I need to export them to people, but you won't need to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Danielle, this is
Yes,
CJ
ma'am.
again.
Yes, ma'am.
Which number did you use for my serial number? Did it start with an 8 or a D?
Hang on one moment.
Because I
I'll tell
have
you,
two
I
different
used,
ones. That's the
okay, I
problem.
used the one that starts with a D and ends
Okay.
in 4492.
Okay. And I have another number too. I don't know. Oh, I thought I could.
Do you know, let me ask you a question. Do you know how to copy and paste that, CJ? Your serial code, serial number?
I have two different ones, so I don't know which
Yeah.
one to use.
Well, the
Okay,
only
well,
one I
the-
have is the one I
the
sent
one-
to you, Danielle, that ends in CD.
See, that's what I thought.
Oh,
had
I
a
didn't, I
feeling.
used your original one that I used when you got panels before.
Oh, okay. See, I don't have that. So I sent you
Okay,
the only one I
So
have.
you, okay, CJ, I'll send it to you again. It won't work because I wasn't using the correct serial number,
Right.
but I'll get
Well,
that
I
from
don't know
Karen's
which is,
text.
honest engine, I do not know which is the correct serial number.
Okay,
But,
I think it's this
Um,
one, CJ, because I remember switching it out.
so is it 8? Is it the one that starts with 8 then?
Yeah, 8F9.
Yes, okay. I'm looking at it right now.
okay, I'm gonna resend a code
Okay.
for that device. Does
Maybe
anybody
that-
else have any? Go ahead, CJ.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No, you're right.
Okay, I'm going to go over to my mail and see if I receive that.
Okay,
Ah,
all right. Does
Or-
anybody else
Or
have
you
any
can text
questions?
me, you can actually text me the code on my
But can you
iPhone.
make it like more simple, this whole procedure?
No,
Just
It's
one
a-
button, this,
I'm with you,
one-
Sophia.
it's good to have a glass of wine when you do
But
it.
I have my motor. You need to
Oh, there you
make a
go.
motor
That's even
like-
better.
You need to make a motor harder like genius.
It's my
programming or
anniversary and
something.
I've already had a glass of champagne, so.
Oh, happy anniversary. How many years have you been married, CJ?
26 years.
Oh, that's not
Today.
easy these days.
No, my second marriage, his second marriage, so everything's fine so far.
You're doing something right.
Don't
Yeah.
say so far.
So far. I'm being facetious. Anyway,
Well,
thank
we
you
can
so
do-
much, Danielle, for working with me.
You're welcome, CJ. I just sent you the code for the other device.
Oh, you did. Absolutely. On my phone. Thank you.
You are welcome. Does anybody else have any questions?
Now I'm gonna go put this in here. I'm gonna
No,
try.
but later on, maybe middle of the night.
Okay, well, Karen did record this call. She will post it on her website,
Oh, that's right. That's
quantum-life.com.
That's
So
good.
if you just did not get enough of my froggy voice, I will be available via Karen's website or YouTube, so you can go through it again, because it is a little complicated, but have faith. The more you use it, the more familiar it becomes, the
Right.
easier it is, the more comfortable you become.
I actually
Right.
do have another question.
Yes.
How do we change the title of something?
If it comes across as ingredients for say,
No,
Okay.
in the client records, how do I change the title?
you can't from client records.
Okay. So I'm stuck with it.
Oh,
Well, no, you're not stuck with it. We'll cover it on another call. You can actually take that panel that you don't like the name of and recreate a new panel with the name of what you would like. And then you would move the panel with the name you don't like and paste it into the panel with the name that you do like. And then you would delete the panel with the name that you don't like.
Like
And
you
then
did
you would have
earlier.
it,
Okay.
yes, like we did earlier.
Okay, is that
So
class
is-
gonna be soon?
Is there any
Ma'am?
limit how much stuff you can put into a panel? Custom
ma'am.
panel?
No, ma'am.
Unlimited, okay.
It is information, and yes, you can do information overload on your body, but there is
Mhm.
no limit to the amount of ingredients or items you can put in a panel, knowing and understanding that our bodies will not accept or overuse or abuse any item that it does not need.
Okay.
So if you're allergic to milk and milk is in the panel, if you really don't believe in the quantum field, you can simply unhighlight milk. In other words, unmake it gray, and it won't run in your panel when you're doing a balancing session.
Okay. And then it's happened to me when I am doing, with the regular, not the custom. And then in the middle of the balancing, it just stops. So is
Okay,
it
well-
because my body just says it's enough or why?
So, Sophia, you
Mhm.
have to understand that this device, we're on a computer to start with, and then we're dealing with something that is electronic in the app. Okay, the app. So there's a lot of complex issues that go on. And there are times that within this app, if you go too quick in some spots, it will kick you out. And that's just
Okay.
human nature.
Okay.
And it can be very frustrating, but there are a few key places that if you delay or pause, then the app will not do that. Also be aware that there are updates that are in progress, and that sometimes with the changes can create fluctuations within the app. And the biggest thing is just to have patience and understand that we're dealing with a computer.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm at 9:15.
Okay.
If anybody
Have a
has any other
wonderful sleep.
questions,
When will
Don't
the
Yes.
next
forget
class
to
be?
drink your water.
well,
When will-
Sophia, wait, we're not talking about the water harmonizer right now. PT, if those of you that were on the call tonight enjoyed this call, we can make this happen again.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I just created for those, CJ, I just read your message in the chat.
Yes.
For those of you that missed the 50%, the July 4th sale, I've just created another coupon that will be available till tomorrow.
Okay,
a 50% coupon. Oh,
there
hold
were
on.
a couple of them that I wanted and I tried and
Yeah.
it just wouldn't work.
Okay, so I'm going to make it available till tomorrow. If you do it tonight, you'll be good.
I'll
Any-
try.
Karen,
Any of you that,
I
Yeah.
think it's my password or something I can't get in. I don't know why.
Karen, it's Bernie. I
you
have
just
a
go to
question.
quantum-life.com. I'm going to put the link for the custom panels in the website. In the
Okay.
chat box.
In the
Yeah.
chat box,
Karen?
okay.
Karen, it's
Hey,
Bernie.
can you
Hi,
make it
Danielle.
until Friday so we can, I can go through and purchase
Sure.
it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
please.
kind
That
of
would be-
late.
Karen?
Yes, it's
Okay, I'll
late
do
here.
that. And here's the this is the coupon code. It's spelled exactly like that, freedom.
Hold on, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Great.
everybody, Bernie has a question for Karen.
Sorry, Bernie.
Okay, I have a question because I'm still considered new. When you're searching all your panels, is there any way to say, hey, I'm having arthritis symptoms? And you could type in arthritis and it'll tell you which panels to target that issue?
On the website, you can do that. You can't do that
How?
on the app. No. But I'll show you how to do that on the website. If you're looking for a specific panel, so you don't have
Yes.
to scroll through all of them, you just go to search and you put in what you're looking for, and then just click return on your keypad or search, and it will bring up that exact panel, custom panel that you're looking for.
Okay, I'll give it a try now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
CJ, did you receive that code?
I did on my iPhone.
Okay,
I
but
did
that
not
code,
on my,
okay, that code, since it came in on your iPhone, just type it in onto your iPad.
I'm going to, it starts with a C, right?
Yes, ma'am, it's lowercase c like Charlie.
Lowercase c. Got it. Okay, I did get it. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Any other questions? Because this girl's on the East Coast and ready to go to bed.
Yes.
Danielle, thank you so much. Thank you all. And we will
Thank
do.
you.
Thank you, Danielle. That was so nice that you did this.
That
You were
was so
clear
good.
and everything. You were so prepared. I can tell you worked.
We will do more calls like this, so don't worry. If you didn't get it on this call, we will do more.
Yes, and I'm going to look right now at that other thing.
All right, well,
Okay,
good
thank
night,
you.
everybody. It was a
And good
pleasure helping
night.
you this evening.
night,
Have a good evening.
Danielle.
Thanks, Danielle.
Thank you,
Yes.
Karen.
If you want to stay on, for those of you that want to stay on, I'm going to post the link for the custom panels.
Oh, I'm going to stay on.
Yeah, and then
The link for the custom panels. Okay.
and then I'll show you how to do a search.
Oh, I can't leave because you still have me as host, Karen.
Oh, dear.
Oh, then
If I leave, I'm gonna end the meeting for everybody.
so funny. I
Yeah.
thought I'd reclaimed it. Hold on one second. I wondered why it was doing weird things. Can you?
Oh,
I think you have to make me host. Actually,
All right.
yeah. I think that's the only way to do it.
okay, now I see Quantum Life.
Tried to reclaim and it wouldn't let me do it.
Karen, how do I give it back to you?
So if you go to participants and then go to Quantum Life,
Oh, that's
and
right.
make host. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Sorry.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you,
Good
Danielle.
night.
Sweet dreams.
Thank
That
you.
was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So see the search here? So if you're